I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter. I did. I got to spend it with family. I wish I could have been, spending it with my kids and grandkids, but I did get to FaceTime them. So did a lot of that yesterday with the kids and grandkids. But I did get to spend it with my siblings, and we did a really nice dinner. And I'm going to talk about Easter here in a little bit. Um, But I was watching, as my title uh, to this video stating, you know, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Like this stuff is not real. It's fake. But I know it is. I just it was absolutely horrible. It was horrible what I was listening to last night. Um, a lot of people. I really don't want to bring religion into it, but a lot of people that I listen to or even, I'm going to say subs, they talk about being religious, right? And they talk about their faith and, stuff like that. And they were putting out, Happy Easter and all this good stuff. But they take this one day, right? Easter, um, that is supposed to be the resurrection of Christ, right? And they have to pick this day to, I think, yesterday was one of the most vile days that I seen and heard in YouTube all over the place. All right. The one day that you would think that people would be spending, with their families, and a lot of people might have done, spent time with their families and then done this afterwards. But you would think that, instead of picking this day to do this on, that they could have done something positive on channels, or maybe just took a break, just the one day, right? Because, like I said, there's people, like I said, I really didn't want to bring religion into it because there's many that aren't religious, okay? Or so, but I'm talking about the people that talk about, their faith and they are religious, but yet on this day, this holy day, they picked this day to be the most vile that they can be everywhere. Okay. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, it seemed like everybody was going live and it was a bash fest everywhere. I mean, it was like, did everybody go to Sunday service and maybe spend a little time with their family and then hurry over to YouTube and just drag everybody into the ground? It was really disgusting. I mean, and I know that it's been crazy. And I said this on a video before that it has been really crazy out there, but it's so crazy. It's almost like it's fake. Like, is this stuff being made up each day? Um, because it's horrible. I have, I might be a newer creator, but I'm not new at watching creators. Okay, it's been going on almost 4 years come August since I've been watching creators and was in groups. So, just silently watching. And I'm starting to now, watch creators that I've never watched before. But I just could not believe how bad it was last night. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And some of the things that was said, and I get it, when we vent, sometimes we need to vent, right? We feel better after we vent. And some things come out of our mouths. We're only human. Some things come out of our mouths that, later on we regret. We do. It's like, shit. Can't believe I said that. I shouldn't have said that. Some people just don't have a filter. We get that. Um, but I think, the day that it was done on, that really got me. It did. And, I know if my family came over to see me, right? And I decided to get on YouTube because, I don't know, something might have been mentioned about me, or I just needed to vent and get something off my chest. And I don't know, my family's sitting there and they're waiting for me, but I'm like, hold on. I got to get on YouTube and I'm going to scream and yell at strangers, or, I'm going to talk about strangers. So you guys just wait there for a minute and wait until I get done. But I'm going to go on for, I'm going to go on for hours, and I got to get this off my shoulders. I need to vent so I feel better. So you guys, you're just going to wait until I'm done. YouTube comes first. These strangers that, I'm never going to meet because I'm mad. So I'm going to call them every name in the book. You guys just wait. It's Easter, you know. You guys just wait. My family would be so mad at me if they came over to see me and I decided, nope, YouTube's more important. I'm going to get on YouTube. You guys just go away. And then if they had to listen to me scream like a banshee, okay, to people on YouTube, they would be so embarrassed. And they would literally tell me, Mom, you're nuts. You need to tone it down. Maybe take some anger management classes. No, I get it. I get it. Some people have been dragged through the mud, okay? They need to vent, even, on YouTube. They have every right to do it because of what's been done. But we know that some of this stuff is being done in front of family members. We know that on YouTube. We hear, because I've been branching out, we hear children in the background. We do. And it's not okay, guys. It's not. And I know we say not to bring up children, but it's not okay. And like I said, if my kids would ever hear me speaking like some people do, on the internet, okay? And like I said, I get mad and sometimes I can have a sailor mouth just like the next. But they would literally tell me, You know, maybe you should have got your ass beat when you were younger because you're not conducting yourself like you should. You know, and I'm in my 50s. But I was taught better. I was taught how to act like an adult. And yes, you can vent. And, you know, sometimes things come out that shouldn't. But sometimes you have to control those impulses. And there's certain things that I'm just not going to do because I have a moral compass. And sometimes I'm just not going to sink down to that level. And there was just some things that was just absolutely insane. I actually heard one creator, don't quote me word for word, she admitted to using, there's no outrage for this. I know the backstory, okay? I even said something on one of my videos of the past between this person and the creator, and she should have never let her back in her circle, and the reason why, and how I would have never done that, you know, because my kids always come first, and if they were ever threatened, I would, you know, that's it. But she said that this person has mental health issues, okay, and that she was at a mental, like I said, don't quote me word for word, on a mental, on the mental edge, or ready to have a mental break or something like that. And she used her, she said that, used her to get, basically she used her to trigger her quote haters, and used her for as long as she could. So basically, and she knew that she was having this quote mental break, and she was going to be, you know, getting triggered, and she was using her to her advantage to trigger other people. Where's the outrage on that? Okay? If you are using somebody, okay, that has mental health issues, and you know that they're having mental health issues, and you know that this certain person is going to trigger your quote haters, but you're going to use them as long as you can to get back at your quote haters for whatever reason, whatever their trigger, however they're triggering your quote haters, but you're going to use them for as long as you can until they have their mental break. Where's the outrage in that? Where is the outrage of using somebody that has mental health issues? And you're admitting to it. You are admitting it to the world. And everybody's okay with that. Nobody is calling you out for that. Nobody's calling you out for using somebody that has mental health issues. And you're saying that you literally used them as a weapon against your quote haters, to upset your quote haters. I see a problem with that. I call that causing more drama, even though people say they want this stuff to stop, right? They want this, they're sick and tired of the stuff happening, but you're doing this. You don't want this stuff to stop. Now, what kind of damage did you do to this person that is having, if they're having this mental health issues? Okay, if you're putting them or triggering them into this drama. Now, I know all about this person, okay? But is that fair to them? That's what I'm saying. Is it fair? Because mental health issues is no joke. And it's not funny. And to use somebody that has mental health issues is not funny either. No matter what the reason is, it's not funny. And to admit to it, it's not funny. It's not fair. And I don't give a shit what the reason is. And then I want to talk about, and it's going to be brief, about this child's journal. It was put out there. It should have never been put out there, okay? People need to own it who did it. And yes, we're going to have to move past it because it was done. But people need to own it, all right? And say, it was wrong. It was absolutely wrong. That's going real life, okay? It's going real life. This is a minor child. It should have never, ever been done. There is no excuse for it. None. Absolutely no excuse. This minor child has nothing to do with this crap, okay? People can twist it any way they want, left and right, twist it like a pretzel. You know, I am getting so sick and tired of people bringing in family members, bringing in children. I mean, there is no boundaries anymore. Bringing in, you know, exes, fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers. I mean, you guys don't even care anymore. You don't. You don't care. There is no boundaries. If you can Google it, fair game. And I'm sorry, if one person can put out somebody's Facebook, if they can dig in and get somebody's Facebook picture, okay, and show it, but then they're outraged because someone else gets somebody's Facebook picture and show it, that's double standard, okay? I don't think anybody should get anybody's Facebook picture and show it. But you can't be upset if you did it, and then if someone else does it, then there's this big outrage and big, oh my gosh. All right? If one side does it, it's fine. If the other side does it, there's a big outrage. It shouldn't be done at all. At all. Keep everything on YouTube. All right? YouTube. You don't have to Google the crap and try to dig into this person's crap and that why are you doing it? Why? It makes no sense. Because people want to act like children, actually our children act better, okay? They behave better. They do. But we know why a lot of people do it. Because drama sells, ching ching, we want that money. We got to keep the drama going. And it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. And then I see some channels, they won't even talk about creators. Even though they do, they talk about creators, but they'll start doing something different. And they'll go and they won't say anything about a creator, but a creator has to keep talking about them to trigger them. Because that's how it has to work, right? Because, like I said, if you don't have this fighting back and forth, cha-ching, money. But in the meantime, a lot of people are getting hurt, right? A lot of people are getting hurt. And another thing that I seen too, which was really disgusting, was in chats. When all this bashing and stuff was going on, people were loving it. They were absolutely loving the bashing. Middle-aged women, mostly, yeah. Loving it. Joining in. That's what's pretty sad. And like I said, I get it. Sometimes you have to vent. You do. But some of the bashing I heard was pretty sick. Pretty sick. And some people wonder why they have some health issues. Can't be good for blood pressure. Can't be good for anxiety. Can't be good for depression. Can't be good when, not when you act like that on social media. Cannot be good for your own mental health. Cannot be. Absolutely not. Like I said, some people might need to seek some anger management. They really do. My kids would be absolutely floored if they ever heard me act like that in person or on social media. I mean, they would literally think, Mom, you need help. You absolutely need help. And like I said, if they ever came to visit me and I told them, I'm going to go on YouTube, and they had to listen to me, and I pushed them aside basically, or you have to wait. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna, or even do this. I'm gonna do a video. Because yesterday was kind of get together, family get together, right? Not for all. I mean, some people don't even celebrate Easter, right? But some do. Lot of people do. And, some people do, was already done, with being with their families. And I get that too. And they went live after their families, they were all done with it and everything. But, like I said, you would think one day, that day, especially those that claim that, they're Christian, that yesterday wouldn't have been a day to have done what a lot of people done yesterday. It wouldn't have been. That's just my opinion. Now we're going to talk about flip-flopping and subs following the lead. I was going to do this before. This flip-flopping back and forth. For one, I've talked about this too, Why would people go back to a creator that has drug them? They get into a beef with a creator. They leave the community, and, a creator has a fallout with somebody. They drag them, talk crap about them. They want nothing to do with them, okay? Say the nastiest things about them. And everybody in chat that loved them, all of a sudden don't like them anymore. I've said that before. They follow the lead. They don't like them. Never did. Okay? Never liked them. And then that person goes, elsewhere to a different community. And then they make amends again, I guess. They come back to their old community. Everybody, the creator makes amends with them. And all of a sudden, everybody likes them again. All the love is there again. Because their creator likes them. You see it in chat. The person's welcome with open arms. We love you. Hearts to them all the time. And then that person has a fallout with the creator again. And then, like clockwork, all the people in the chat, immediately, we never liked that person. Never did. Same people that said they loved them, yet again, we never liked them. We didn't, I talked about this before. Never liked them, never did. You cannot switch it on and off like that. You can't. That's called cult-like behavior. And I am going to do a video on that. I said that before. That is not being in a cult, okay? It's cult-like behavior. When your creator, when your leader, okay, you feel like they are being dissed on or hurt or whatever, you're going to follow whichever way they are, whatever they believe. I've seen this in groups. That's where it came from. It happened in groups all the time. That's where, like I said, that's where it started from. I seen it. Whatever they believed, if they flip-flopped, their loyal followers would flip-flop back and forth exactly the way the creator, admin, whoever, whichever way they did. And it would go back and forth. I mean, one day if they felt like a case was going this direction, everybody that was loyal would follow, and they would even talk like it. I mean, it was so insane. They would talk like them. They would say the same words like them, like the admin, okay, the main admin. They would say the same words that the admin would use. And then if they started flipping back to, no, it went this way, they would switch, and all the main followers would flip right back to thinking the same way. They would follow exactly the way the admin would think. And if there was certain people in the group that the admin really didn't like, but they just kept around, right? They would attack those certain people, right? Like calling them out, different things or whatever, the loyal followers would do the same to these certain people. And it's followed over in YouTube and the communities. You see it the same way. And it makes no sense. And I don't get why people will go back to a community where people do this to them. They treat them horribly, okay? Call them the most disgusting names. And then they come back and, they make friendships, right, in the community with the subs or whatever. Or they think they do. But they have those people following the creator and saying all these nasty things about them. And if the creator doesn't like them and says all this horrible crap about them, then the subs follow the lead and follow suit and says the same thing. And you won't see one person in there stand up for that person and say, but I really like that person. I'm sorry to see this happen. You won't see that. Very seldom do you see that. They all follow suit. And you see a lot of the hate bonding. And I don't understand that either, because, you have someone that has a falling out, right? It could be a creator. It could be, subs. They have a falling out. And so where do they go? They go over to the, quote, enemy, quote, hater channel. They only do it to get back at the person that they're mad at, because your views haven't changed about the person, okay, that you go to, because, you knew all of this stuff about this person, and you might, if you're a creator, been making videos about this person and talking about this, what this person did or whatever. Your views didn't change overnight. And all of a sudden, oh, I like them. I'm going to go over and I'm going to start chatting, and I'm going to have them up on panel and kumbaya. That's BS, okay? In my opinion, okay, just my opinion, a lot of people are doing it just to get back because they had a falling out with another creator or another community, and so they go over to the, quote, enemy because they had a falling out. And you see that everywhere. Your feelings haven't changed about those other people. You're just going over there to make the person you had a falling out with mad. And then you act like you're all friends with these other people. And you see this everywhere in the drama community. But how did your feelings change about these other people when you, I don't know, did your morals change overnight? Did your beliefs change overnight? It's kind of like politics, okay? Say you're a Democrat. Overnight, you turn into a Republican? Really? Vice versa? Something changed your mind overnight to switch parties? It's kind of like this. I call BS. And in my opinion, too, I think some creators, they want to share subs. They do. That's just my opinion. Because I have noticed that some creators, they are getting, excuse me, they are getting more view or more views, yes, and they are getting some of the creators' subs in their uh, in their lives, and getting some super chats and some members that they never had before when they quote make peace, when they never liked that person before. And that's just my opinion. um, I could be wrong, but it just seems so fake to me. Some people seem so fake because, like I said, they are getting some of these subs, and you will see them in their chat, and some of these subs that belong to another creator. And that's kind of sad to say that they belong, because, subs shouldn't belong to anybody. People should be able to go wherever they want to go. That's another thing we're going to talk about in a minute. But all of a sudden, you see these people now are members that were never members before. So these people that made, quote, peace, now have other people's subs that are paying members. So, yeah. So it's kind of a win-win that they made this peace. But again, where did their views change overnight like that? I don't know. It could happen, I guess. Could happen. I don't know. In my opinion, it's just kind of a little fishy, because we've seen this back and forth going on so much. I mean, I've said before, it's like you get whiplash as much as people flip flop. And again, subs should be able to go wherever they want to go. You have some creators that just, no, I see you over there, that's it, you stay, can't come back, I don't want to see you back. You have some creators that are like, I don't care where you go. Now, I get that if they see one of their subs dogging on them, no, don't come back. If you're gonna talk trash about me, don't come back to the community. I get that. But they should be able to go anywhere they want to go. Because, see, here's the thing. Not everybody's going to agree. And I kind of get their point. They really don't want them to go into another community or somewhere where someone's going to shit talk their creator. But, some creators don't just always talk about other creators. They do other things that a sub might like. They might not be talking about creators all the time. So they might like to watch that. Kind of like me. When I go watch, not when it's just all bashing, because I like watching a lot of different creators when they do, especially when I'm not just watching about, behaviors, when they're doing different things and it's not just all bashing. I like watching different creators. So that wouldn't work for me at all. That's why I never belonged to a community, I guess. But you have your loyal subs that are not going to be caught. I mean, of course, they're going to go listen, because they do bring information back to their creator, but they're not going to be caught chatting in anybody else's chat or participating because they're scared of the backlash, right? And they should be able to go wherever they want to go because we are adults, right? Nobody owns us. That's kind of like another cult like behavior, and I really want to do that piece um, about the cult like behavior. I mean, it's kind of a catch 22, though, because I mean, I do understand what some creators are talking about. They don't want you to go, say, to a creator that does nothing but talk about them continuously, right? Because then they're like, well, you don't support me if that's all they do is talk about me. I get that aspect too. I do get it. So it's kind of a catch 22 there. But some of these creators, um, some of them don't talk about other creators all the time. They might do something else, you know, that subs like when they're not talking about other creators, if that makes sense. So we're gonna do an example, okay? Like Mommy Ramblings. Some creators that might be, we're going to use Mommy Ramblings and Natasha. We're going to use those two as an example. Okay? We know that they had a beef, and I don't think they're really talking about each other much right now. But they had a really, big beef before, and but there might be some people in Natasha's group um, that when Mommy Rambling, she would do a lot of like crafts or what do you call it, decoupage? I'm not sure if I said that right. Um, or like auction sales or whatever. So say that you know when Mommy Ramblings, she didn't talk about Natasha all the time, and there was like right now, Natasha's not talking about her all the time. So what if there was some subs that would go over to Mommy Ramblings right now when she's doing crafts or whatever and would participate because they enjoy that craft. See what I'm saying? I don't think Natasha would be okay with that. That's just my opinion because there's still kind of a beef there, even though I don't think they're really talking much about each other. Um, there's still an unspoken battleground there, and vice versa. But that's kind of what I'm saying. Or if somebody, like I said, there might be some subs that like doing that. But I don't think that they would go over there and participate. I'm just kind of throwing that out there as an example. Okay. And it's kind of sad that people can't go in some uh, creators or some communities. They can't go where they want to go, or they feel like they have to only be in one community and that's it. They can't branch out. They can't. They have to be in one community and that's it. And I know some creators, they're like, we don't care where you go. We don't care. I've heard that from many. We don't care where you go. As long as we don't see you trash talking me, if you trash talk me personally, then don't come back. But we don't care where you go. You can go wherever you want to go. And that's how I feel like it should be. You know, you should be able to go wherever you want to go. But I'm gonna close this I don't want to focus all on the negative. It's just sometimes it gets so bad out there. It's just like, is this real? Or is some of this stuff being made up? I mean, because it is just, it just seems like it is, some of this stuff is just, it just seems like too much. How can there be just, it's something new every day, and how can there be so much drama like on one person, or just so much ugliness in one day to be real, you know? And I don't know, yesterday was very horrible. It was kind of sickening. So, um, I mean, people got to do better. Seriously, stop. Stop with the nastiness. I mean, I don't know. Can people stop bashing people's looks? Can people stop bringing up each other's kids? Can people stop bringing up family members? Or how about stop bringing up, um, personal health information? Or putting out, you know, private information, especially on a minor child? I don't know if it's not going to end, but maybe tone it down some. I mean, can people like maybe grow up a little bit? I mean, they have some great anger management classes out there. They really do. Awesome anger management classes. I mean, they also to get some aggression out, um, karate classes, and that also would be great exercise. Get you out of the house, um, and also for us women, uh, if we need some, self defense classes, get that karate classes, boxing maybe, um, you know, beat the crap out of the uh, punching bag. I don't know. We need something because wow, I mean, last night was that was horrible. That was yikes. But those were just my thoughts. I mean, out of all days. But I'm going to go on that. And hopefully, we can see more adult conversations, more adult content. I have seen quite a few people saying that they were leaving YouTube. Um, a lot of people saying they were unsubbing to all the drama channels. There's a lot of people that's had enough. And, we are human. We like drama. We do. We like some drama. But this isn't even, this is not fun. It's not. Seeing people upset and crying and hurting, that's not fun. I mean, you can't even, for someone that you dislike, you can't have a heart and say, seeing them upset and crying and that it's funny or that it's fun to see that. And especially if you're the one that inflicted that pain and that it felt good to do it. I mean, that can't be fun. If it is, then you really need to seek some help. So I'm going to go. Everyone have a great night.